Good morning, everybody. This is AZ Handy Harry, and today I'm going to show y'all, teach y'all maybe, but definitely show you guys how to install a fresh toilet from scratch. Now, these things come in pieces, they're separated, so essentially it's going to be like we're building a toilet. So I'm going to grab my tools and get my stuff, and we'll get inside and we'll get to getting it, so come on. Top of the morning, party people. This is AZ Handy Harry. Okay, so I've got the tape tarped and protected and I have the tub tarped and protected and everything because I'm going to be doing some demo on a wall here. I'm going to be cutting out some wall because they want some additions. They want a support bar installed, and I'm going to have to cut the wall out in order to put the backing behind there. I don't want any dust or anything going into the tub. I don't want anything bumping into it, so that's why I have the tub completely protected. So anyhow, okay, and so we have here everything that we need to install this toilet. Now, as you can see, it's in pieces. I just took it out of the box. And with it will come all the necessary parts, nuts and screws, and the stuff to build the toilet and stuff for the tank inside. We'll have the seat. We'll have the tank lid. We've got the tank. And so now all that will come with the toilet. So now separately you're gonna want your gloves, any kind of gloves, but nitro gloves, whatever, rubber gloves. Now the toilet comes with a wax ring, but I just prefer using these thick, reinforced wax rings. I prefer them. You're gonna need a caulk gun with tube caulk and some wrenches or pliers. So that is all that you're gonna need for the install that we're doing today. Oh, and you're going to need a supply line, but I already have that installed. I already put it on, so we're not going to worry about that, but I'll show it to you here in a second. So then you also probably want to add any type of 5-in-1 or scraper to your list of tools. This is the supply line. So that's the last piece that you're going to need. It goes 7/8 to the toilet and then 3/8 down to the angle stop. So that's the last piece is your supply line. Now, previously, I had already had a toilet installed here, but the toilet was out and outside for too long, and the rubber and plastic, anything that was rubber on the toilet, it went bad. So we had to get a new toilet. So these bolts, I replaced these bolts recently, so these are good. But if you're replacing the toilet, you are going to want to replace these bolts because they're probably not going to be so good. But I already know these are brand new, so I don't have to replace them. All I got to do is clean up this wax a little bit and pull this out. So I'm going to clean that up, and then what we're going to do is, I put my wax ring in first, and then I set my toilet down. That's just how I do it. You could put the wax ring onto the toilet and then set the toilet. It's all about preference. So I'm going to clean this out and put the wax ring on and set the toilet. Okay, so we've got all of our stuff, so now I'm going to take the wax ring. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Oh wait, first, now is a good time to go ahead put our gloves on. So, 1, 2, 3. Cool. Okay, so you're going to want to catch zip bolts that come out. We don't need those because we already got these ones. Wait a second, this isn't the thick one. This is a standard wax ring. I use these ones, the extra thick reinforced. I guess I can just show you the difference real quick. So this is the regular, this is the reinforced. Don't worry about the deformation, it's all good. Now already you can see it's much wider on the top. And now here you see it's much more robust in the packaging too, also. So therefore, I always prefer the reinforced. Always. So now, you can either cut this, you know, or you just pull it apart. It does separate, as you can see. So you're going to separate it, certain areas, pull it all the way through. The main goal is to not deform this wax ring, okay? So now here's your wax ring, okay? You see where it's flat and where it's curved? You want the curved on top, the flat on the bottom. So we're gonna take this and set this just like that. We're gonna set that just like that. Now we'll grab our toilet. Here's another thing you're gonna wanna do. You're going to want to measure these bolts from the wall to make sure they're the same distance. Now I already know with this what goes where. Do I have a tape on me? Let me grab a tape real quick. Now people always laugh at me because I have a whole bunch of tape measures, and also because I have these small ones. But these small measures, the 12 footers and the 16 footers, they're so good for doing interior work because they fit right in your pocket. They're not bulky. They're not cumbersome. They're not uncomfortable. They're just easier to have on you. Anyhow, so off of the baseboard, we're going to want to make sure that these are both the same distance. So that one's 11.5. This one is 11.5. 11.5. But it's the same distance. So off the baseboard or off the wall, you want to make sure that both of those are the same distance. That way when you set your toilet, it's not cockeyed or anything. It's nice and straight. So now comes setting the toilet. Now we can do this one of two ways. We can take the bowl and set it, lock the bolts down, lock the nuts down, and then take the tank and install that on top of the bowl, or make the whole toilet and set the whole thing at once. It all depends on how you want to do it. It's kind of cumbersome moving these things around, so I'm just going to do it in this fashion. I'm just going to take the tank, I'm going to take the bowl, the seat, and I'm going to take it in and install it piece by piece. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to visibly line up the bolts to these holes. And what I do is I put one side in first and then get the other side in. There you go, just like that. Now the bowl is set. So what you do is you go ahead, apply pressure on it, because you got that thick ring. Alright. So now you make sure that it's sitting flat, it's nice and flat. Okay, so since this wax ring came with these, I can use these nuts. That's okay. Since I don't know where the existing ones went, somebody probably took them. There's been so many people in and out of this house. But anyhow, so we'll grab our stuff. Okay. These are going to cover the bolts. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these out, keep track of those. Definitely keep track of those. Alright. Okay, and this is how we're going to do this. Okay, we don't need those. This is how we're going to do this. In this particular fashion, since we're using this type of covers, we're going to put the plastic on first, and then we're going to put this on. We're going to put the plastic washer and then this. It'll tell you which side is facing up. So I'll put that. And then we're going to put the metal washer. And then the nut. Okay, tighten that by hand, and then we're going to go over here and repeat the same process. So plastic first, and then this, and then the metal washer, and then the nut. Okay. Alright. We're not going to lock that down just yet because we're going to want to make sure that this is completely straight with the wall, because we don't know if our wall is straight or not. So now, what we're going to do, this is the washer for the tank going onto the bowl. So we're going to attach this to the tank and then set the tank to the bowl. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take these off. Okay, set those aside. Take this rubber thing, take this rubber washer, and seat it over that locking nut on the tank, just like that. Okay. Now we're going to pick it up, align the holes, flat side against the wall, line it up, set it in, just like that. Now we're good. So now what we're going to do, one side at a time, we're going to put the metal washer in, and then our locking nut. So I'll just do like that, washer and then nut with one hand. I'm going to reach under here and feel for it. There it is. I'm going to push that washer in, accompanied by this locking screw. Give that a couple twists. Do not lock it down. Do not lock that down. Come over here. Same thing with the other side. Washer, locking nut. Reach under here. Push that in. It's a little difficult with gloves. Technically, it's a brand new toilet, so technically we don't have to use gloves. I'm just showing you guys the safe way of doing things. I'm not left-handed, so sometimes it don't work so good using the left hand for things. Alright, so we'll go like that and flip this thing around a few times till it gets, till you feel it. Okay, boom. So now what we're gonna do is whatever we do here. So 1, 2. So that was 1 foot. That was a half and a half. So now we're gonna do the same thing. 1, 2. 1 full turn. Okay. So we'll do it again. 1, 2. 1. Can't get my left hand under there. 2. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to push down. 1, 2. Now we're going to push down. 1, 2. Okay. That is set nice and tight. So now we'll judge off the wall. This is pretty even. So now we're going to go ahead and take our either wrench, pliers, channel locks, it doesn't matter. These pliers are pretty cool because once you close them like this, it's the exact size it needs to be to lock onto that nut. So there's no exact science here, just go from one side to the other. Okay, 10. Number 2. Okay. So what you do not want to do is hulk these things down, because you will snap and break the toilet. That's nice and tight. That's nice and tight. Okay, so alright, that is solid. So now what we can do is attach the supply line . Okay. Okay, so now we can turn the water on and check for leaks. I'll come back to this once filled up. Okay, water's full. Go ahead and give it a flush. Go ahead and reach under, feel around. Everything's dry. Alright, cool. So now we can proceed. So, what's next? Take the seat. These are that's our connectors and everything. Screws and bolts and whatnot, what have you, nuts and bolts. So we're going to take this, open up these two little flaps, set that on the toilet, grab this package, oh yeah, you'll need some type of blade too for opening this stuff. Okay, cool. So we remove this. But the washer stays on top. So now we take this, put it through the hole, come underneath, tighten that. We'll return to that in a second, but now we'll do the same thing over here. Okay, cool. Okay, so apologies, you're going to need one more tool. You're going to need a screwdriver for these. I forgot about these, so my bad. So hold that locking nut down. Okay. Hold that locking nut down. Alright. Close those. Just like that. There you go. Toilet seat. Alright. Okay, so now we have the tank lid. So let me go ahead and just there you go. Boom. Voila. Okay. Okay, so there's obviously a hole there. And what we're going to do, keep our trash in one neat area. Okay, so now we're going to take this, remove the plastic, got a little rubber band on there, remove this locking nut, okay, and then now we're going to set this through the hole and determine which one is which. Typically, it'll go in the direction of the water drops. So that's gonna go like that, just like that. So now we're gonna take this flat side to the lid, just like that. Just like that. And then, oh, it's a little off. There we go. Set that, boom, there we go. So now we'll give it a flush. There it goes. Voila. Okay, so now all that's left is to put the caps on those bolts and to take our quick seal kitchen bath plumbing. I call it toilet caulk, but you take the DAP, the red tube, that's the toilet caulk, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to caulk the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ready and then we'll get this caulked. Okay, so I've already started on that side, so let's go ahead and finish coming around here. So we'll take our caulk and then apply it underneath our toilet. You can see the existing lines from the toilet before. That's okay. Go ahead and take our finger, press that in. Make sure you get it all packed nice in, and then let me go ahead and get our sponge and water. Sometimes it gets in the grout, so you just gotta give it a couple times back and forth. Okay, so my camera died, and I didn't realize that it died when it died, so I don't know where it left off, but I'll figure that out come editing. But anyhow, so we've got everything caulked, we got, I got the caps on, everything's installed. I'm going to go ahead and throw some caulk right here and fill this in around here and make that a little bit cleaner. But other than that, there's also a residual caulk line around here from the toilet that was on there before. So I'm going to go ahead and get some solution and clean that off so it's nice and clean, so it looks nice and presentable. And yeah, and there you have it. That is how you install a toilet from the box, brand spanking new. Alright everybody, that is today's episode. Thank you for watching, I appreciate you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. I'd really appreciate it if you do. And so yeah, that is it for today's episode. That is how you install a toilet from out the box. So I hope it was informative. I hope you learned something. And yeah, until next time, be happy, be healthy, be good to yourselves, but more importantly, be good to each other. This is AZ Handy Harry signing out. Y'all have a blessed day.